everybody, we are here with the last day of the Goblin Mode Challenge, 7-day challenge hosted by Release the Craftin'. Check her out along with everybody else who's using this hashtag RTC Goblin Mode. Today's prompt is Goblin Gold. And I have no idea what to do with this, so I'm just gonna kind of wing it, literally. So Goblin Gold, I'm just kind of going with the gold. So I have this magazine page here that I've had forever and a day because I love the critters on the background. And I think what I want to do is possibly, this is just folder cut into tag shapes, make some shaker cards. With the dragonflies in the background. I think I can get them all, at least 3 of them. I wasn't sure because I obviously haven't done anything with this magazine page yet because I love it so much. And I've been hanging on to it. It's been so precious. I've been hanging on to it till I found the perfect project for it. And still being precious with it. Not that I want that snake, but these guys here and these guys here might be helpful to hang around. So that fits there and that fits there. Okay. So I want to do some shaker cards, basically is what I want to do. With the dragonflies as the background, I think. Yep. And we'll fill those with the little goblin's gold. Is what we'll do. I'm not doing goblin-y stuff, and so it's kind of been a challenge to these last few prompts have been little tricky. Little tricky. But we've managed. We've managed to get them going on. Managed just fine. And so these dragonfly pages, or I say they're dragonflies, they're bugs. They have a dragonfly-ish feel. But they'll work in my wetlands journal for sure, so. Yesterday's prompt for bones, those are not going in the wetlands journals. Not gonna happen. But if you saw that, I kind of, you know, sparked an idea for like a Victorian haunted journal idea. So who knows what will become of that, if anything. Now, I decided to do shaker cards with these shaker tags, I guess, is what you could consider them, because they are tags. But I decided to do shaker cards with these, and which that in and of itself is a challenge for me. I struggle with making shaker cards. Don't ask why, I just do. They're just a struggle for me. But, you know, practice makes progress. Come on. So maybe if I keep them small and simple. We have another cute tag. Why don't I keep making tags that are just cute all by themselves? Did that with the mushrooms. Those are cute. Keep on with the plan shell. This is gold. We got to get some gold in there somewhere. I've been pondering what to do for this prompt, and I sat down and was working on my wetlands journal, and this magazine page was in there, and I was initially going to kind of fussy cut these little critters just to kind of add as accents on pages and all that. And I thought, you know, they've got kind of a golden shimmery type look to them. And then my friend Cindy over at Studio Lou, her gold prompt, her video, she does a shaker card. And I was like, oh, I forgot about shaker cards. I forget about them because they're a struggle for me. So it's not something I do on the norm. I have all the stuff to do them. I just struggle with them. So you guys get to watch me struggle today. Look how cute these tags are. Okay. Now we get to play with trying to figure out. I have a piece of plastic here. And it's a pocket. It's a big pocket. So I'm thinking if I tuck these in, I'm going by Cindy's example. She tucked her little thing into a pocket, which seemed to work out really well. It's like, oh, why did we never think about that? We as in me. And then we can reback it. I think that will work. So let's see what we'll do here. Nervous about this this edge, but we'll work with it. Excuse me, we're going to sew around it anyway, so it should work just fine. Okay, so we have 3 tags in plastic, and I think what I'm going to do is sew around these real quick and make a little pocket, and then we'll fill them with some goodies and finish them up. So I will be right back while I sew these together. Okay, we are back, and we have most of our edges sewed. 3 of our 4 edges sewed. Oh, let me get situated here. And so now we're going to trim off the excess plastic. Trim it right to the edge. Not going to worry about trimming the bottom, I don't think, because it you know, it's where it folded and tucked in, so it's not a raw edge per se. And one last one. Okay, so we have little pockets, that we can put some gold in. Now, again, there's plastic on the back, so I'll back these and with some paper, and then I'll resew them again when I sew the top of them. So as far as gold, I think I want to use we have these little gold beads that'll go pretty with that. And this is kind of a green gold, but I think it goes well with the wings. And I'm actually kind of leaning towards this orange gold for this one. Or we could do gold. Oh yeah, I like that one better. Or let's see here. Nope, that's multicolored. That won't work. Yep, I think that's what we'll go with, these three. So, here's where the fun part comes. Not going to get too carried away. I am going to put some of this green in here. So there's a mix. We're going to hope that we don't knock these over. I think I'm done with these bits. That. And then, so this guy is filled. Ooh, that's awfully shiny gold, but it's okay. We'll work with it. And this guy is filled. And this guy is filled. And you know, static is our friend. Not really, but yeah, those will shake around. I actually like the little gold beads, so we're gonna add, I don't really like that very much. That's too bright. But, you know, maybe if I throw in some of these beads. Or, these are right next to the gold. These are like a yellow bead. Tap that in there to. These little beads help it roll around. Oh, or roll out like that just did. Again, I'm not the skilled shaker card maker. So let me. I should have backed them first. But that's okay. We're going to work with them. We're going to work with inconsistencies. Let's get some paper. I want bright white. I have some book pages here. There we go. Well, come on. Okay, think shell. We're working with open beaded packages. I'm gonna glue stick the back of this plastic and see how well that works. Pressing it down pretty good for some backing. Trying to keep all of our glittery gold, our goblin gold. See, there I go again. There I go again. my beads. Guess it's okay that I've got little beads of gold floating around here, because I've got little beads of embossing powder floating around here. I'm new to that. That glue right there. New to embossing, and decided I'd play around with it a little bit. Set that there for a minute, let it dry while I get this other one backed. That feels really thin. I'll go with this one. New to embossing, I see several people do it, embossing powder, with the heat gun and all that. I have a heat gun, and I'm working on these Marsh journals, and the covers are a little, some of the covers are a little, I'm working on 3 of them, okay? And some of the covers are a little tricky, so I think what I'm going to do is sew these real quick around, and then I'll come back and trim them. I think that's going to be the best bet, so I don't have to be all tedious trying to keep all these seeds, these beads in. So I've got 3 pockets. I've got them backed. I'm going to go sew around them again and close them up. I'm not going to add any floof to them right now because I haven't determined which journal they'll go in and all that good stuff. So I will be right back. Let me sew these around, and of course we'll be adding the backing to them. So 1 second. Okay, we are back. We are all sewed around. We are all sealed in. And let me just post the disclaimer that I am not the greatest at the sewing machine. And my sewing machine is fairly new to me, very new to me. And I'm still learning it. You're like, why are you just, oh, look at that. Oh, well. How hard is it to learn a sewing machine? Well, when the sewing machine that you've been using is very much a basic, like 1 speed and 1 setting and all that, and you switch to a sewing machine that has like all sorts of settings and all sorts of speeds, and it just totally throws everything off for me. It's a learning curve for sure. And I'm not on it every day, all day. So I just do, you know, little bits and bobs here and there. And so I'm not very learned on it yet. Okay, these are some thrown together shaker tags. And I think what I want to do now is give them a little bit of ink around the corners. The ink, of course, is not really going to stick to the plastic. I say it's not, it might. But just to tone down the manila folder edge. And so far, we have no escaping beads or glitter or anything of that sort. So that's a good thing. And once I get these ready to go into their journal, I'll add a little floof at the top. that kind of coordinates with whichever journal they end up in. But they will go in my wetlands journal. Okay. Well, so that's what I'm going to do for Goblin Gold. We made 3 little shaker tags with a magazine page. And yeah, kind of like them. They're different. And hopefully all the little goodies are all trapped in. So there you have it. Goblin Gold. Thank you for joining me all 7 days of this little challenge. I really had a lot of fun, even though it was a challenge. Like I said, a couple of the prompts stumped me. But there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a little challenge every now and then. But I think this was exactly what I needed to get me in the groove. You know, as I've mentioned, I've been kind of out of sorts, out of the circle lately. And so this kind of helps get me back in the groove of things. As well as letting me work on my wetlands journal and play around with some new things. So yeah, thanks to Priscilla over at Release to Crafting for putting together this little week-long challenge for us. It's been a nice little summer challenge, fun little summer challenge, and it kind of gets me in the fall mood, even though, again, most of my stuff was working on my wetlands journal, but goblins and things like that kind of make me think of fall, and I am ready for it. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you'll check out everybody else who has used this hashtag and is doing this challenge, hashtag RTC Goblin Mode. Be sure and check out and see what everybody else is doing, and, you know, like their pages, comment, all that good stuff. You know, do the same here. I will see you guys next time. I'm done with this challenge, and I'll see what else we have to tackle. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you guys soon. Bye for now.